Hey guys, we're back with another how-to video. Today we're working on Ashley's 2000 Tahoe, specifically the rear end differential fluid we'll be working on today. For the sake of time, we fast forwarded it, and I've already taken out all the 10 millimeter, no, those are 13 millimeter bolts that hold on the differential cover, and I left the top one on. That's very important because when you pry it out, just like how I did with the screwdriver, you don't want that cover to come flying off and have a mess everywhere. And make sure you have a pan or a tray or something to collect all your fluid that's going to be draining out. And I just wedged that screwdriver in there just so it all drains out faster. I don't have to hold it. Should take about 5 minutes for it all to drain out, but in the meantime, take that last mold out, get that cover off. And then it helps to bend those brake lines out of the way. At this point, I'm going to scrape off the old gasket material. Some people would say you need to put a rag or a towel to cover the gears or anything, but in this situation, I've done this many times and I haven't had a problem doing it like this. I just get most of the junk out. I mean, it's a bunch of big metal gears rolling around, so as long as you're careful and you don't drop any chunks of metal or let anything fall in, no heavy debris, a couple little pieces of rubber and paper is not going to hurt anything. So I went around here with a big, I guess you could say it's a razor, a big razor to scrape all the old gasket material off. And not shown in the video, you do the same thing to the differential cover and you clean it out with some kind of solvent. I think I used lacquer thinner for the differential cover. As you can see, as I'm cleaning the gasket material off, it's still draining out just a very little bit at the bottom of the rear end housing. Let's clean up the last little bit of this gasket material. And then use some clean shop towels or rags to soak up anything left in the bottom of the differential housing. And then make sure you wipe down the mating surfaces, the part you just cleaned, with some kind of solvent, lacquer, carburetor cleaner, anything, just to make sure you get any grease or residue off of it. You need that gasket material to bond really well so you can't have any kind of foreign oils or grease or anything. Okay, and this is the differential cover, all cleaned. That's how it should look. No gasket material, no oil, no grease. And that magnet right there, make sure you get as much of that metal off of it as possible. this is the type of gasket maker you need. It's a special gasket material for rear end oil. And then you're going to want to apply it basically around the whole edge of the cover, and I like to go around each of the holes. You don't need too much, you don't need too little. I mean, the main idea is that you don't have any gaps, so when you put it on and squeeze it down, it's going to expand and squeeze out evenly around the whole differential cover, so you have no leaks. Mine definitely isn't the prettiest, but I'd rather have a little extra than a little bit not enough. Okay, and we're ready to put it on. Okay, try to get it to close as the holes as possible. Hand start all the bolts. And I did notice in the video that I didn't put the clips for the brake lines back under the bolts. I did go back after and put them back where they're supposed to go. So one by one, I started them by hand. Now I'm just hitting them with the impact, and then I'm going to go around and just tighten them down by hand. I don't torque them or anything. I'm sure there's a torque spec out there, but I've done this enough times where you can just feel when it's tight enough. It isn't crucial like a head on the engine or an intake or something. This is not really a pressure sensitive area. After it's all tightened down, you want to just make sure that the gasket material has oozed out just a little bit around the whole differential cover. Check out part 2 for how to fill the rear end fluid. Thanks for watching.